Ooh, she's dry and brittle. No wonder I had a leak. All right. Hard part's done. You got to crisscross, so I'm going front, then I'm going back. That's it. All set. And it is dry as a bone. This 2007 Toyota Camry has an oil leak. The plastic cover over the valve cover is damp or coated with oil. There's also oil that sets here on top of the cover for the exhaust manifold. So let's take this cover off, check it out, see if we can see where that leak's coming from, and we'll go from there. Let's get started. This is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. You'll find it in many Toyotas, Lexus, a whole bunch of vehicles. So you loosen these two nuts and the cover just pops off. There's two rubber grommets there that hold this on, and you just lift it up and it pops off. Check and make sure that all these nuts and bolts are tight, holding this cover down. You don't want to put these too tight, and that one is tight, that's tight, that's tight. They're all tight. So what that tells me is the gasket is probably bad. I'm going to try to change the valve cover gasket and see if that takes care of it. All right, here we go. Got my new gasket all ready to install. This was $19. I've wiped down the valve cover, make sure there's no debris, blow it off, and we're ready to start disassembling. The first thing I'm going to do is remove these breather hoses. There's two of them. Just clamp the hose clamp there. And you want to be careful, these can be kind of dry and brittle. That one's turning, it's a good sign. I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver and see if I can gently pry it off. And that's not coming off too easy there. So to keep that from breaking, I'll see if I have better luck at this end. And I did. Go to the other air hose. There we go. Just twist it, and I'm not clamping down real hard on it because I don't want to mess it up. We'll see if the screwdriver will get this one. I'm just putting this screwdriver in between there and twisting it. That pushes that off of there. If you pull, you might break it because it's so dry. Push from the front a little bit. There we go. Now we'll remove the nuts and bolts from the valve cover. And I've got these loosened, the coil bolt. Pull these out, and I'm going to set these right up here. The wiring harness and mounting bracket for the coils is here. We need to loosen this and remove that. And then I'm going to twist these just a little bit instead of just pulling them straight out in case they're a little sticky. And now I can lift up. And as I remove the bolts, I'm going to put them in the same pattern, and I'll show that to you in a minute, in case some of them are a different length. I'm also going to loosen that for this wiring harness, just to give me a little more play in there to work. And there they are, all lined up just the way I took them out. Now I'll take my screwdriver and and I'm just gonna gently break the seal here. That's coming up nice. It's a little tight with this coil bracket here, but I'm gonna try to sneak it out. Oh, the gasket's stuck in. I was wondering what was hung up. It's the gasket. Ooh, she's dry and brittle. There's no rubber gasket there. Now we just want to wipe it down. Make sure we got a clean mounting surface. Put a little gasket sealer right here where the timing chain cover meets the cylinder head. And the same thing in the back here. Loosen that to give myself a little more room. I got a clean rag. We'll clean up the valve cover. Boy, this gasket's dry. Wow. Look how dry this is. This is a rubber gasket. Terrible. Here's our new gasket. Look at that. That's what it's supposed to be like. I don't think this has ever been changed. There's 198,000 miles on this car. No wonder I had a leak. It's amazing, the spark plug holes weren't filled with oil. They're dry. That's right in here. They're all dry. When I pulled those coils and boots out. Here we go. Beautiful. I'll wipe it down. All right, that's nice and clean. Looking good. All right, we're all clean. Pull out our gasket. And the flat surface is going to face up. And the V-groove is going to go down in the channel. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright. One last thing before we install. You can see the timing chain here. And here's the timing chain cover. And you can see the little seam here between the head and the timing chain cover. You want to put a dab of gasket sealer there just to prevent any leaks. So there's one in front and one in back. Now installation is just the opposite of disassembly, except for tightening this down, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. There we go. Tight squeeze, but beautiful. Hard part's done. Now you put the two middle screws in first. Just finger tight on these. All seated in there well. Beautiful. And now we can put in all the others. Keep them in order. when I screw these down, I want to screw them counterclockwise until I hear a click, and then clockwise. And then I know I got it threaded straight. And I'm not snugging these down at all. They're actually loose in there because I want to get the front on before I start doing any of that. Now I'll do the front. Okay, just got it finger tight now. I have a torque wrench. I rarely use a torque wrench, but for this video I'm going to do it. Torque range 20 to 200 inch-pounds. These nuts and bolts take 9 foot-pounds, which is 108 inch-pounds. So I'm going to set this to 108 inch-pounds. And this was under $10 on sale at Harbor Freight. You gotta have that loose. Screw this into there's the 100 line right there. And then 120 is right up there. So I'm just gonna go over the 100. That's 100 right there. Lined up with the 0. So I'll go up to 107.8. 108's right there. But I'm gonna set this aside for now because you don't go right up to 108 foot-pound or inch-pounds. You got to gradually work your way up there. And the middle 2 screws get 10. So I'll start in the middle. See, they're loose. Just give them a little bit. And then you got to crisscross. So I'm going front, then I'm going back. Then I'm going to cross over here, front, and back. And front, and back, and front, and back. All right, that's the first pass. Maybe I got 30 foot-pounds in that. So I'm going to do another pass. Just snugging them down. Front. Back. You get the idea. Now I'll go to the torque wrench. That one's starting to get a little snug. We're getting there. That's compressing that rubber gasket. There, now it's starting to bear down. You're getting close to getting ready to set this. I can feel it bottom out there. If you're not using a torque wrench, you'll feel it. It starts getting firm. There we go, see it? Beautiful. Beautiful. There's 120. Just a little bit tighter. That's it. All set. Now we're just going to tighten things down. All right, all we got left is put the cover back on. 2 nuts. Snug those down. And I'm not going to start it. The gasket maker, I think they want a couple hours to let that set up. So I'll leave it here for a couple hours. and we're ready to go. Now we'll take her for a quick test drive, come back and check for leaks. Just got back from our test drive, and it is dry as a bone. So we're good to go. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.